I just wanted well, that's a Janis Joplin line. And it's also how I started my last video. And I didn't even realize, I didn't plan it or anything. And then all of a sudden, right when I was about to hit play, like 5 minutes ago, I had that song pop into my head again. And that's why I used it for the title of this video. You know you got it if it makes you feel good. Hey, what's going on? Thanks for coming on, Aaron. Do you like Janis Joplin? And does music affect you the way it does me? It can really completely change my mindset, and that's something that I really need, because what have I been talking about lately is all about the importance of mindset. And man, I was not in a good mood, and that's why I was going to come on. I was going to talk about how my life is not perfect, and how I post pictures that make me seem like I'm always happy and have the perfect family and perfect life and all that, but I don't. I mean, we have our good and our bad days, just like everyone else, but why I choose to post those happy things, or the things that make me happy, is because I want to put out positivity. And if I'm going to scroll through my own page for something, I don't ever want to be reminded of some negative thought, right? And if I do talk about something that kind of happened negatively, I'll try to at least make it funny, because laugh at it, because you will be laughing about it 10 years from now, hopefully. I love music. It helps me get in the mood and check too. Yeah. And I feel like the past 5 to 10 years, I haven't been letting music in as much as I should have been. And I've been listening to reggae a lot lately, and my old, classic rock and stuff, like I used to when I was in high school. And I'm feeling a lot better lately. And I never realized how inspiring and how positive a lot of that music was to begin with. All the subtle things that you don't realize as a kid, because you think everything is, about having fun, which you should enjoy life. But where is it? I don't know what I'm trying to say there. I think life isn't supposed to have fun. So, but you still need to have a goal. You need to love your family and your friends and your neighbors and your haters. You need to provide for the world, just like you would expect the people before us, and how you want to provide for the people coming later, even if you don't have your own kids or anything like that. I think that's our duty, to enjoy this life and treat everyone with respect and love, because we really are all one. Have you ever seen a Dr. Bronner's bottles? And on the bottle you'll see all one on the planet Earth, or this mothership or something. Seriously, read that whole bottle. If you need a positive mental change and you can't find anything, grab your shampoo bottle while you're sitting in the toilet instead of playing with your cell phone, because that's gross. Shouldn't be playing on your cell phone while you're doing the duty. Go for that shampoo bottle and just read every word on that Dr. Bronner's bottle. And that's actually why I fell in love with it, because my brother Scott, he was using that shampoo, and I'd never heard of it before, and I thought it was weird. I read the whole thing. But, sorry, I'm just thinking about my brother now. Whew. But positive, man. Think of all the happy times. Think of, just as for example, for people that have lost a loved one, think of, at first, when I lost him. This is not how I expected my video to go, but we're going to go with it. when I first lost him, I felt all kinds of emotions that I didn't think I would feel or that I had never felt before. And one of those was, well, I wish I'd never met him. I wish it was never a thing, so I didn't have to feel this pain. But then I remembered, I would have never had that moment. So many people don't have the love that I had with my brother in that relationship. So you gotta always look on the bright side of things, right? And because of him, I've learned so much. Even afterwards, his words ring in my head, and I'll be like, oh, that's what he meant. Or maybe he didn't, because he was a wild one. But he also was so much more wise beyond his years. I think all guys are kind of childish. Even as a grandpa, my grandpa was silly, and that's something guys are lucky with. I think they know how to stay childish, and that's what I loved about my husband. He reminded me a lot of my grandpa. Just laugh, and if you face any negativity, just walk away. Don't even let it bother you. Recently I saw this GIF, I don't know how you say it, but he was walking past, on the sidewalk, and there was a sign that said "bad vibes," and he goes, "Whoa!" And he goes right around it, like, just avoid that altogether. So I'm learning. I am a very sensitive and emotional person. Yes, because I'm a female, but 2, because I'm a Cancer, and 3, because that's just who I am, I guess. Hey, Jessica. So I'm really trying to focus my energy on positive things rather than dwelling on stuff. But it got bad once when I was in middle school. I found a box of old family videos, and I think it was one of my spring breaks or something. I sat there the whole week because my parents were working, and there was no one there to tell me what to do. I had chores and stuff I was supposed to do, but instead I would watch these videos, and I would just sit there and feel sad about how good times were, and like the present wasn't that good or something. Like, I was in Hawaii. What is not great about that? Instead of enjoying that beautiful time there, I sat there dwelling on something. So flipping the switch. Yeah, you can love the past and respect it, and but be positive and look to the future, because that's something you can change. You have all that control, and then just learn from the past. I read another thing recently that was, you can forgive it, but you'll never forget it, and that's true, and it's good, because you shouldn't forget those things. I think people can change. I'm changing. You're always going to be that unique person, but I think it is possible to learn from your mistakes. Always good to focus on the positive. I'm doing a 21-day affirmative challenge to encourage positivity in others. Oh, that's so good. I'm glad you're doing that. I'm going to talk about that here now that you reminded me, about staying positive. I'm in another challenge group too. I love these challenges because when I click yes and join the group for the challenge, I'm like, oh boy, but I'm like, I need to do this. This is going to push me to be the person I want to be, the person that I see myself being. So, and here you go. I'm going to show you this. This is a negative thing that could set me back permanently, right? My printer, I should just go get a new printer, and I guess maybe when we have enough money to buy a printer, I won't, because it's not printing anything except for like the outlines of letters. So I'm sitting here, I can still kind of read it, and I'm filling in the stuff. So I could just set back and be like, oh, it's not working, I'm not going to waste my time. But I think this has actually been a blessing, because I'm sitting here writing it down, and all my life I have heard and learned from people that, and firsthand, that writing something down helps you remember things. And it is It has been helping, and this is just the things that I've printed up today. Like, I have a whole binder full of things that I've had to do this with. So, trying to push through, and that's another reason why I'm so thankful I found a company I can work from home, because I see a future, my future, being successful, full of a big family and lots of love, and not working for somebody else, not working a 9 to 5, or really in my case it would probably be a server job, so on all the holidays and all the weekends and stuff. Times when you should be spending with your family, so to speak. So that's why I want to work from home, so I can be my own boss at my own hours. And I'm learning all this positivity stuff through that home-based company. Putting yourself out there really forces you to better yourself, not just as a business, but as a whole. And when I was reading one of these pages here, I mean, it's not the training that you get from like a regular job. They're like, this is how you set the napkin, or this is how you do something. That's nice to know, but it doesn't benefit your soul or your spirit like I'm getting right now. What was my favorite part here? The goal setting. When you join a job, they tell you their goals. I don't think a lot of companies will ask you what your goals are, other than, do you want to be a manager at some point? That's pretty much, how high you can get in a regular 9 to 5 job or whatever. There's always a ceiling, especially for women. So here we are, goal setting, and this is something I haven't really done other than my, what do you call it, my vision board, which I need to work on a little bit more. But she says there's four types of goal setting. Oh, and first she says here, and she is Megan Shudak, if you're watching, I'm talking about you, girl. Awesome leader. She says, people who set goals are 275% more likely to achieve results, because you're putting it out there that's going to happen. You're setting deadlines, and you're seeing a vision of it actually happening. You're not just being like, oh, I wish it will. Okay, so 4 types of goal setting. 1, stepping stone goals. 2, short-term goals. 3, long-term goals. 4, lifetime goals. And that seems pretty simple. But I actually started tearing up, I guess. Obviously, I'm tearing up a lot lately, like I did a few minutes ago. But I'll just read this. Stepping stone goals. Transitional goals. Think action steps that allow you to reach bigger goals. So at first, don't pressure yourself too much. Don't push yourself too much. You're a beginner. Just think of yourself as a baby at this. Do something that you know you can accomplish. It's very easy, and then that will give you the confidence to go to the next one. Short-term goals are not always that short, maybe 6 months or a year. These goals built on the bricks of stepping stone goals with purpose of long and lifetime goals. The long-term goals are your workhouse goals. They need to have specific time limits. This is basically manifestations. Be specific. Put time limits on them, typically 5 to 10 year goals, but underestimate what is possible with long terms, because did I miswrite that? Underestimate? Because I don't know. Let me know what you feel about that. And lifetime goals. Okay, I'll see you. Good night. I'm going to read what you said. Ooh, I love working at home. This is the best job ever. I love my network marketing job. Yes! She says, sorry, gotta go. Heading to the Great Awakening Rally tomorrow on our homeschool field trip. Awesome! Homeschool! Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Or I'm starting. I'll come back and catch the replay. Blessings to you. Keep becoming better than you were yesterday. Good night. Oh, I love that line. Become better than you were yesterday. That's right. Another thing I've learned. Never, ever, ever, ever compare yourself to anyone else. You should compare yourself to the person you were yesterday, just like she said. Be better than you were yesterday. And, okay, so lifetime goals. It's the last part I wanted to read. These goals will take from 10 years to a lifetime to achieve. picture your future version of yourself. Like I said, have a vision. Seriously, like smell it, feel it, taste it if you can. These goals encompass the really long-term versions of goals. So that was, I think, the thing that stood out to me the most. And another thing I've learned was, and I've said it before, is surround yourself with people that you strive to be like or want to, and just want in your life because you like them. They say the people that you hang out with, you're attracting what you put out, so whatever you're surrounding yourself in, whatever you touch, whatever you look at, whatever you read, all this stuff affects us, so might as well limit it. Be good to yourself. That's what I'm learning. It's been really hard for me to put myself first. And I feel like that's something you should really learn before you have kids. But, life happens. I didn't even know that I had any issues with this before having kids. So having kids actually, I think, saved my life. I'm a whole other person than I was before kids. And I'm so thankful for that. So, anyways, thanks for watching my video. I think I'm going to turn on some music for a little bit before I go to bed. Hey, if you're watching, what's your favorite song? Do you have a favorite Janis Joplin song? Or a favorite, if you can't choose a favorite song, do you have a favorite genre or something? I really do like, what do they call it now? I used to just call it techno. Now they have subdivisions and all this. So house, I like house music, electronica, but it's really reggae that makes me feel good about myself. So, positive energy, those kind of songs. Anything with a good beat that like uplifts my soul is really good. Oh, that reminds me, we've been listening to a band called Me and My Friends. You need to go look that up. It's a really good song. I think one of my favorite songs, they're all good that I've heard so far, but the one that I can think of right now is something like Promise Me something, I can't remember. But look that up, Me and My Friends. It's kind of like a Frenchy feel to it. So, alright, good night. And thank you for helping me feel better, going to bed in a better mood, because I was not feeling good before this. Have a good night, thanks.